Turning now to the crisis in the Middle East and some glimmers of hope as the fighting continues between Israel and Hamas.
The Rafah border crossing between Egypt and the Gaza Strip opened briefly overnight, allowing the first wave of humanitarian aid to be delivered. Crowds cheered as those trucks carrying supplies rolled through.
This follows news that 2 Americans being held hostage by Hamas have been freed. The mother and daughter from outside of Chicago are expected back in the U.S. soon.
Eyewitness News reporter Josh Einiger is following all of these developments. He is live this morning in Tel Aviv with the latest. Josh?
Sandra and Shante, it is really good news for family members of the other Americans who are being held in captivity right now on the Gaza Strip. The news that those 2 American citizens have been released, but it is certainly far from enough, with more than 200 hostages still being held in Gaza. Meanwhile, this morning we could show you video of the first humanitarian aid finally rolling through the Rafah border between Egypt and Gaza. 20 trucks or so providing hope for millions of civilians trapped inside Gaza. They had humanitarian aid aboard, like food, water, and medicine. This happened after an elaborate deal negotiated between the U.S. and Israel, between Qatari mediators, I should say. The World Health Organization, though, says Saturday's deliveries will, quote, barely begin to address the escalating health needs in Gaza, with as many as 500,000 people right now in emergency shelters. These are people who evacuated the north of Gaza, while Israel continues to target Hamas infrastructure there, which has been strategically placed in areas where people live. In the meantime, the news of the release of those 2 American hostages, of course, came as very good news to family members here in Israel and clear across to the U.S. Judith and Natalie Rahanan were handed over to the Israel Defense Force on the Gaza border, not far from where they'd been abducted 2 weeks ago. Hamas had claimed they released them for humanitarian reasons, and the question right now is, will this buy goodwill for Hamas? Will it hold off a potential ground invasion while mediators and diplomats can continue to work on de-escalating the crisis? Meanwhile, other family members who are waiting for word on their loved ones, we spoke to one of them just a few minutes ago, the father of Itai Chen. He is an American citizen. His dad, Ruby, was born and raised in Flatbush, Brooklyn, and he has a message for Itai if he possibly could be watching.
If somehow, some way, my son gets a chance to listen. So I like to, remind them, we are New York tough. Remember the day we went to Fenway, we saw Big Papi hit a home run. Remember the time we went to Madison Square Garden. Knicks played the Lakers, seeing Kobe. That hopefully we'll be back together again, celebrating small celebrations, such as birthdays and anniversaries and any other thing that families do on a regular basis. And hopefully we even come back to New York to Cat's Deli with you, Josh, have a good, pastrami corned beef sandwich, and a good couple of bagels and lax.
It's a deal. I'm there. You name the time and I will see you in Itai there.
It's such an ordeal for these family members, and Ruby trying to put a positive spin on it and trying to think positive. They have reason now to think positive thoughts with the news that these 2 other American hostages were released, and they're just hoping for more. They've been lobbying intensely. The president, the Secretary of State, Governor Hochul, all have been in the region, all have met with all of these families, and they are hoping, praying every day that they get good news.